My father is a physicist, so I was always inspired towards the wonders and beauty of physics. And he always tried to invent new puzzles and new games for me that were based on concepts of physics. So that just kept me pushing towards engineering or science in general. Yeah, among all the advice that I received over the years from my mentors, I think the best one I would select is not to believe my eyes all the time. Many times we see things that don't turn out to be true when we do a close investigation. So in science, it's extremely important to conclusively know what these things are. My first experience with science or technology was an attempt to repair a clock. It didn't work out the way I anticipated, but at least I got excited about what I could have done if the clock was repaired.
Did you break it?
Yeah, I just broke it. It didn't survive.
Was it broken before, or you just took it apart?
Well, it was working. It just stopped working one fine day. So I just opened it completely and pulled apart every spring and gear that was inside. Inventing new things, discovering new phenomena, these are the favorite things. To understand what we don't understand right now, it gives me a great deal of excitement about science and technology. And that's what gets me going. I think the most important characteristic is to observe and then try to learn from that. For example, if nobody understood why cars are so heavy, nobody would be trying to make them lighter. So if we cut down the fuel consumption by making the cars lighter, that means we are also helping the environment. So there are a lot of things around us which are problems that could be solved, or they are not problems but life could be made better and the burden on the earth could be reduced. So these are the things we should be focused on. Well, lightweight cars, for example, they could cut down the fuel consumption. That's only one part. But then the reduced emission from lightweight cars can also uh, help the environment. That's another important benefit of that. And if we talk about lightweight armors, which our soldiers may be using, then they could be using more load carrying capacity, so their missions can be longer. So some of these benefits can be reality. Einstein, Tesla, and Edison, people like them, they were great scientists and also inventors. So they had great influence on my thinking. Tesla and Edison, they focused on inventing new things and making people's life better. On the other hand, Einstein was a scientist. He was working more on the basic physics, but on the side, he was also working on the societal aspect and also the political aspect of science to make it more attractive for people. So that's, I think, is what we need to do at some point of time. In my work, sometimes it surprises people to know that I'm an engineer, but I'm also working on the bio-related problems. For example, I'm trying to understand how bones break under car accident or bomb blast kind of conditions. I don't have formal training in medicine, but I'm working with people who have formal training in medicine, and we are collaborating to solve these kinds of problems and understand how bones break and how doctors can help patients who have these kinds of injuries. So sometimes this is very surprising for people. I mean, these days it has to be a laptop that needs to be saved from a burning office. All the data is on the laptop, the figures, the drawings, the models that we create, the calculations that we do, everything is on laptops these days. So if I could save that, that will probably save half of my stuff that's in the lab, in the office. I most often play Indian classical music, instrumental and also vocal. So classical instrumental music, instruments like sitar or sarod, so they are among my favorites.